In the ancient land of India, there lived a philosopher named Siddhartha. He was renowned for his deep understanding of the human condition and the nature of suffering. One day, a group of disciples approached Siddhartha. They asked him, "Why must we suffer, dear master? What purpose does suffering serve in our lives?" Siddhartha, known as the Buddha, invited them to sit in a peaceful grove under the shade of a Bodhi tree. He began to share a story that held the essence of his teachings. Long ago, in a distant kingdom, there was a prince named Rahul. He was born into a life of great privilege, surrounded by luxury and pleasure. The prince lived in a magnificent palace where every desire was fulfilled. The disciples listened intently, wondering where this tale would lead. Buddha continued. As Rahul grew older, he became restless, and so one fateful day, he left his life of comfort behind and embarked on a journey. He wandered through villages and cities, encountering people from all walks of life. He witnessed the suffering of illness, the pain of loss, and the hardships of poverty. It deeply touched his heart. Rahul's quest for understanding had exposed him to the suffering that existed in the world, and it left him with a profound question: why must we endure such suffering? Buddha paused, allowing the disciples to reflect on the story. Rahul's journey, Buddha continued, ultimately led him to a great realization. He understood that suffering was an integral part of the human experience, a universal truth. It was through suffering that people grew in compassion, empathy, and resilience. Buddha went on to explain, suffering serves as a teacher, guiding us towards a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world. It awakens our hearts to the suffering of others and inspires acts of kindness and compassion. It is through suffering that we seek answers, find purpose, and ultimately discover the path to inner peace. The disciples sat in profound contemplation. They realized that suffering was not an arbitrary burden, but a transformative force that could lead to enlightenment and spiritual growth. Buddha concluded, "Dear disciples, suffering is not the absence of happiness, but a part of life's intricate tapestry. Embrace it with an open heart, learn its lessons, and in doing so, you will find the way to liberation from suffering, the path to enlightenment." The disciples left the grove that day with a newfound understanding. They saw suffering not as a curse, but as a catalyst for growth, echoing its timeless teachings of the Buddha that continue to guide seekers on the journey of life to this day.